What's up guys, welcome to the second part of the stock price prediction of Facebook tutorial series. So in the last video I show you how you can fetch the data from Yahoo Finance, and yeah, we basically have managed to save the data in a CSV file, and also we have decided that we want to use the high-low percent change, the volume, and also the adjusted close to predict the stock price of the Facebook at 3 days later. So in this tutorial I can show you how we can use the scikit-learn library to train our model with using the data that we have now from 2013 to 2020, and then after that we are going to use our model to do some predictions. So without further ado, let's look at how we can proceed from here. I'm going to delete this, and in order to use the scikit-learn, we will have to import the libraries. Import from sklearn, import pre-processing. We will need the pre-processing to do the scaling of the data that we have, and then we will need to from scikit-learn dot model, let's go selections, import train test split. We need this so that we can split our data into train data and test data, and from sklearn dot linear model import linear regression. So in this case we're going to use linear regression as a machine learning technique to train our model. And cool, probably we will also import pickle because we want to save our model in a pickle format, and then we don't have to retrain our model every time. So okay, so we can proceed further from here. Let's define our input variables to the model. We want these input variables so that we can predict the response variable, which is the stock price at the 3 days later. So input variables is equal to numpy array, and then we're going to use our df, but we're going to drop the future 3 days column. One means column. If you don't put one, you will drop rows, and then x equal to pre-processing dot scale x. So we will scale our input variables, and then y will be equal to numpy array df future. Okay, so our input variables will be all the columns except the future 3 days data, and then our output variables will be the future 3 days data. Okay, and then we can define our train data, and then test data, y train, y test. So x trains is referred to the input variable for the training, and the x test is the input variables that we want to use for prediction later, and y train is the response variable, which is the future 3 days data that we want to use for the training, and then y test is the response variable for the test data. So train test split x y, and then we're going to split it in terms of 70% of train data and then 30% of test data. Cool. So then we're going to use the multiple linear regression model And in this case, we can define our classifier as linear regression and classifier dot fit of x train y train. So we're going to use the x train and y train to train our model, and after that we can put in our x test to let the model to predict what will be the predicted y test, and then we can compare it against to the actual y test to see the accuracy. So yeah, as I said earlier, we will want to save our classifier in a picker format so that we don't have to run our model, train our model every time. So in this case, let's say stock, and then f string, and then prediction model dot pickle right sf. Okay. Picker dot dump classifier f. Okay. And next, we can actually calculate the confidence, which is the accuracy here. Confidence is equal to CLF dot score x test y test. Okay, sorry, we should use the x train and y train to calculate our accuracy. And lastly, accuracy is equal to confidence. Okay, so now we are ready to train our model. Let's Control B. Future 3D is not found in axis. So future 3D is not found in axis. Okay, so make an error here in which the 1 should be inside the bracket. So run it again. Okay. Yeah, so we have our accuracy of 99.36%, pretty cool. And also in our folder, we do have the pickle file that is safe. So our model is safe here. So every time if you want to run any prediction, we can just load in the picker, but don't have to retrain the model anymore. Okay, so I'm going to stop here, and in the next video I'm going to show you how we can do some prediction with using the X-test data, and we probably want to also create some artificial data for the purpose of prediction. And if you like my video, feel free to click the like button on, and also click the subscribe button. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave your comment below. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video.